Welcome to the City of Palm Beach Gardens part-time new hire orientation. Welcome to our signature city. I'm going to talk about what it means to be a signature city, our mission statement, and review a summary of the policies and procedures. The City of Palm Beach Gardens has grown steadily during its 50-plus years in existence. The reputation and beauty of the city has been preserved and enhanced by keeping in mind the Garden City philosophy of its founder, John D. MacArthur. As a result, the city remains a premier community and a unique place to live, learn, work, and play. The council-manager form of government is a system of local government that combines the strong political leadership of elected officials in the form of a council with the strong managerial experience of an appointed local government manager who oversees the delivery of public services. The City Council is comprised of 5 nonpartisan members who are elected to serve a 3-year overlapping term. The City Council is entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring quality development. As mentioned, the City Manager, Ron Ferris, is appointed by the City Council. This is the city's mission statement. Palm Beach Gardens is a growing and dynamic city. It is the largest city in the North County region with a land area of 55.3 square miles, second in land area only to West Palm Beach in Palm Beach County. The city's goal is to provide a high level of customer service and support with excellence, integrity, and efficiency. The city promotes quality customer service and teamwork. Employees are encouraged to work as a team, always being professional, responsive, timely, courteous, and helpful. The city's personnel policies and procedures can be found on the HR intranet page under the Policies tab. Please become familiar with Section 2.21, the part-time staff policy, which concerns part-time staffing with the city. Our drug-free workplace policy is also in this section. Please become familiar with it and what constitutes reasonable suspicion. Our commercial driver's license random testing policy, also referred to as CDL random testing policy, is also here for our drivers. And our city cell phone policy can also be found here. Our Employee Safety and Health Manual can be found on the Finance page under the Risk and Travel tab. The manual was created by Risk Management, which manages all risk for the city, including motor vehicle accidents, workers' compensation, general liability, and property claims. Please see Gracie Wong in Finance at 799-4108 should you need help completing a claim form. Always report all accidents and injuries at work to your supervisor and to Gracie immediately. The purpose of the city policies is to provide a guideline and management tool. It is important that all employees become familiar with these policies. These policies do not constitute an employment contract. Florida is an at-will employment state. The at-will employment law is based on the general rule that any employee may be discharged by an employer or may leave their job for any reason whatsoever, or for no reason unless there is an employment contract between the parties. The Equal Employment Opportunity Policy, or EEO policy, is the policy of the City of Palm Beach Gardens that it shall not discriminate against employees or applicants based on various characteristics. Genetic information includes an individual's genetic test of family members, information about any disease, disorder, or condition of an individual's family members, such as family medical history. The Americans with Disabilities Act, also referred to as ADA, prohibits discrimination in employment against a qualified individual with a disability and obligates employers to make a reasonable accommodation for the disability unless the reasonable accommodation would impose an undue hardship upon the employer. It is the policy of the city to encourage disabled employees and applicants to request a reasonable accommodation if necessary to perform their essential job functions. Veterans preference. By law, veterans who are disabled or who serviced on active duty in the armed forces during certain specified time periods or in military campaigns are entitled to preference over non-veterans, both in hiring from competitive list of eligibles and in retentions during reductions in force. If you are eligible to claim Veterans Preference, please contact the Human Resources Department for more information. Note this is only applicable for full-time positions. The city has a zero tolerance policy for any form of harassment or retaliation. It seeks to promote a diverse and productive work environment and will not tolerate conduct by any employee that harasses, disrupts, or interfere with another's work performance or that creates an intimidating, offensive, or hostile work environment. Employees are to report any knowledge of a possible violation of harassment or discrimination. If any employees feel they are a victim, they should inform that person that they find it offensive and they want the behavior to stop immediately. The city is committed to promptly and thoroughly investigating all complaints. A new employee shall be reviewed at the conclusion of the probationary period to be considered for regular status in the position. The probationary period for regular part-time and full-time general employees is 6 months. When a non-probationary employee is promoted, he or she will be subject to a 90-day probationary period in the new position. The city recognizes the importance of supporting a culture and practice of ongoing performance feedback to engage, motivate, and maintain a productive, positive, diverse, and talented workforce. Each department shall establish such processes and protocols for employees and supervisors to have continuous conversations about work performance to promote growth and development. The communications approach shall, at a minimum, emphasize meaningful, regular, informal, face-to-face performance feedback discussions between supervisors and their direct reports, held on a timely, at least quarterly basis. Discuss the employee's work performance strengths and areas of improvement, specific accomplishments and challenges. Provide job and career development focused on coaching, looking forward, problem solving, and opportunities for advancement. Discuss goals and expectations where employee and supervisor solicit and provide input regarding performance, behavior, and conduct. It is the intent that all employees working for the city present in a business-like and identifiable appearance. All city employees are required to wear or display their identification badge at all times during the hours they are required to work. It is an employee's responsibility to immediately inform their supervisor and human resources if their badge is lost and replace it immediately. It is the intent of the dress code policy to have all employees working for the City of Palm Beach Gardens present in a business-like and identifiable appearance. Courtesy, appearance, body language, and manner are all important in projecting a positive professional image. The city is dedicated to providing a safe and healthy, smoke-free environment for all city employees and those persons visiting the city, to encourage healthy lifestyle choices by city employees, and to maintain a positive public image. The holidays listed in this slide are those established and observed by the City of Palm Beach Gardens. City Hall is closed during these holidays, so check with your supervisor regarding your building's holiday closures. Daily hours of work and work days may vary according to department functions. You should report to work in sufficient time to commence duties at the beginning of the work period. If you are calling in sick, you must do so 30 minutes prior to the beginning of the work period. You should clock in at the beginning of your assigned shift and clock out before you leave work for the day. Tardiness and attendance are discussed during your performance feedback meetings. The Family Medical Leave Act is also referred to as FMLA. To be eligible for FMLA, you must have worked for the city at least 12 months and worked at least 1,250 hours during the preceding 12 months. The purpose of this policy is to balance the demands of the workplace with the needs of families. For purposes of this policy, a family member is defined as the employee's spouse, registered domestic partner, child, or parent. The benefit of FMLA is, if approved, you would be eligible for up to 12 weeks of unpaid job-protected leave for various reasons. Please speak to someone in Human Resources if you have any questions regarding FMLA leave. Listed here are other types of eligible FMLA leave if you qualify. Workers' compensation is a form of insurance providing wage replacement to employees injured in the course of employment. If you have any questions concerning workers' compensation, please speak to our risk coordinator, Gracie Wong, in the finance department. Any employment you may have outside of the city should not interfere or otherwise impair your judgment or the full and faithful performance of your public duties. If you do have another non-government employer, please make sure you complete a Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics Employee Conflict of Interest Waiver form and submit it to your department head. The Palm Beach County Code of Ethics states that there are 3 things you need to keep in mind about the gift law. Public employees or officials cannot accept gifts of any value in return for the performance or non-performance of their duties. You may not solicit or request anything of value from a vendor or a lobbyist of the government you serve, and you may not accept anything of value in excess of $100. You must report any gift in excess of $100 you receive from a vendor or a lobbyist. Florida Statutes, Chapter 119, Public Records states, "It is the policy of the state of Florida that all state, county, and municipal records are open for personal inspection and copying by any person. Providing access to public records is the duty of the city. This statute pertains to public officers, employees, and records, and any documents connected with the transaction of official business. There is a fee for anyone requesting a public record, and certain information is protected and redacted, such as Social Security numbers." The first step in preventing the need for further discipline can be the use of a documented verbal or written counseling. If appropriate and justified, a performance improvement plan may be utilized before or in conjunction with initiating disciplinary action. These actions are intended to allow opportunity for an employee's supervisor to meet with them and discuss the situation or behavior that needs to be corrected. As part of its commitment to safeguard the health of its employees, to provide a safe place for its employees to work, and to promote a drug-free working community, the City of Palm Beach Gardens has established the Drug-Free Workplace Policy on the use or abuse of alcohol and drugs by its employees. The city performs drug and alcohol testing for post-accident, reasonable suspicion, and follow-up testing. The city also does random testing for any employee that is required to maintain a commercial driver's license, as well as random testing for fire and police personnel.
With regards to the recent changes in Florida law allowing the use of medical marijuana by individuals with certain medical conditions, marijuana still remains an illegal Schedule I drug, meaning the use of marijuana, whether for medical or recreational purposes, is still illegal under federal law. And under current Florida law, the city is not required to accommodate the use of medical marijuana. Additionally, CBD oil is currently unregulated by the FDA, and although packaging labels for these products may state low or no amounts of THC, they may contain enough to be detected on a drug screen. Therefore, it is important to understand that the use of medical marijuana and CBD oil or any other marijuana-based supplement, whether obtained through a prescription or not, can result in a positive drug screen and will be treated as a violation of the drug-free workplace policy. The city understands that social media can be a fun and rewarding way to share your life and opinions with family, friends, coworkers, and others. However, The use of social media also presents certain risks and carries with it certain responsibilities. To assist in making responsible decisions regarding the use of social media, the city has established guidelines intended to provide an understanding of both the proper and improper uses of social media. It is recommended that your social media accounts remain personal in nature to help ensure a distinction between sharing personal and organizational views. You are not authorized to speak or comment on behalf of the city. Please reference or tag the city's account if needed so the city's authorized representative can respond. Employees shall refrain from personal use of social media during working hours. Employee use of social media is subject to all other city and departmental policies, including policies pertaining to confidentiality, ethics, standards of conduct, privacy, and inappropriate or unlawful discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. All employees are expected to exercise good judgment with regard to the use of their social media. For any questions, please reach out directly to the city's Public Media Relations Director, Candace Temple.
The Computer Network Policy explains how city information technology resources are to be used and specifies what actions are prohibited. Since inappropriate use of city systems exposes the city to risk, it is important to know exactly what is permitted and what is prohibited. There are various electronic forms for you to use on the Finance Intranet's payroll page. If you have any questions regarding these forms, please contact our payroll coordinator, Debbie Steinbruckner, at 799-4165. The city has an employee self-service system available for its employees. This service provides employees access to view information on record with the Human Resources Department. Examples of your access you can view are current job information, paycheck history, and current benefit elections and deductions, if applicable. This employee self-service is located on the Human Resources Intranet main page when you are on the city network. It is also available from any off-site computer by visiting www.pbgfl.com/employee. First-time users will need to register. Once you have registered, please contact the Human Resources Department so that we can activate your account. Then, you will be able to log on as a registered user using your username and password. Please remember that the employee self-service is view-only access and you cannot make any changes on this site. The city offers several perks and discounts to its employees and their family members. To obtain more information concerning these discounts, please go to the Human Resources Intranet Benefits page. The city sponsors a wellness program and they call it the Gardens Wellness Team. And their vision is to establish an enjoyable environment that encourages and supports live, learn, work, and play for a healthy, happy, and fit lifestyle. They also create activities, they put out information and services to make wellness a manner of being. They post health bulletins and wellness newsletters on the HR intranet page. They also sponsor an annual health expo. They also have fun fitness challenges with prizes throughout the year. Some of those consist of a walking challenge and health risk assessment incentive programs. The city has a spirit team, which is a volunteer committee that is made up of representatives from each department. The purpose of this team is to build employee morale and camaraderie by hosting different events throughout the year. Throughout each year, the team sponsors welcome aboard breakfasts to introduce new hires, as well as holiday luncheons, special events, and an end-of-the-year holiday party. The Spirit Team sponsors a Jeans for Means program every Friday, and how it works is you have an option to wear jeans for a $5 donation on Fridays. 100% of the proceeds goes towards a charity selected by the Spirit Team. And once the fund reaches $500, the Spirit Team donates the money and selects a new charity. You pay the city cashier directly and you'll receive a receipt showing you paid. The city has a going green business culture. We encourage recycling and waste reduction. We have various recycle bins throughout the city. We also have the Cartridges for Kids program where you can donate inkjet cartridges and various other items, and they cash them in to buy items over at the Riverside Youth Enrichment Center. We also encourage double-sided printing, and we have an electronic bulletin board on the CityNet, which is on the main intranet page, that we post important information for employees, and then we encourage you to think before you print. Florida Retirement System, also known as FRS, is the city's retirement program for all regular part-time and full-time general employees. The city contributes the majority of your FRS retirement plan savings, and then you contribute a mandatory 3% pre-tax contribution of your earnings, and that 3% contribution is always fully vested in your money. As a new employee, you have a choice of two FRS retirement plans, the FRS investment plan and the FRS pension plan. Each plan offers important benefits. To determine which plan is best for you, watch the new hire video at www.myfrs.com or call FRS to speak to a financial planner. The 457 Deferred Compensation Plan is a voluntary pre-tax retirement plan that is designed to help you prepare for a more secure financial retirement. There are no penalties for early withdrawals and no waiting period to enroll. You can enroll or cancel participation in the plan at any time, and you can change the amount of your contribution at any time. The Roth IRA plan is a voluntary post-tax retirement plan that is designed to help you prepare for a more secure financial retirement. The ability to withdraw Roth IRA assets tax-free can diversify how your retirement assets are taxed, allowing for more flexibility to manage taxable income in retirement. You can enroll or cancel participation in the plan at any time, and you can change the amount of your contribution at any time. If you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to contact the Human Resources Department at 799-4223. And please be sure to sign your electronic acknowledgement forms, and we thank you for your time and welcome to the city.